Hello, everybody. My name is, this is the workshop podcast, actually. But my name is Sarah Billiat.
My name is Patrick Caleri.
And in some social circles, I'm known as Francis Bartholomew Valentine, but you can call me Frankie.
Guess those are more exclusive than the ones we run in.
And actually, I just realized that this is when we say, and this is the workshop.
Is it?
It's been a long-ass day, so...
Probably need to go back and I need to revisit what the cadence is for each of the intros, because I've just been winging it each time. It's probably different every time.
Oh, yeah. We'll find our rhythm eventually, like season 4 or 5, somewhere around there.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
The entirety of season 3, I was replaced by a lookalike, and then we don't acknowledge it at all in season 4.
Even more impressive because we're an audio podcast.
Exactly. It's like he doesn't sound anything like me, but man, if you could just see him in the window there.
And I'm Patrick Caleri.
Speaking of doppelgangers, do y'all know who Alexandria Daddario is from The White Lotus?
Yes.
So she's like she's gorgeous. She's got really bright blue eyes, brown hair, pale
She's in
skin.
True Detective. The first thing I honestly, what I know her from is she was in the Percy Jackson movies when those came out years and years ago.
Oh, was she the girl?
Yeah.
I guess she gets typecast as the girl all
She
the
was
time.
the girl. I mean, she was the girl. Like, it was the...
I'm just going to eat my ice.
I was going into work today, and there's 4 floors at where I work. So, like, if someone is going on the 18th, 19th, 20th, or 21st floors, you know that they work there. She was going to the 21st floor, so I was like, oh, I know she works here. But she looked exactly to a T like Alexandria Daddario. I think that's how you pronounce her last name. To the point where I know I was staring at her weird because she kept and I wanted to comment on it, but I was like, why would I say that? Like, I know it's not her, but like
just
her face,
over
her
and be
hair,
like,
her eyes, her voice, everything was exactly to a T. And I'm like, what is she? Is she just a paralegal now? What the hell?
Just moonlighting.
You just edge up to her and be like, hey, so can I have your autograph, or is that forward, or what?
Can I just say that you're Alexandria Daddario? Like,
just like whisper that name near her, and when she turns around, just like, what? Huh? Was that you?
She said she was going visit her family in Alexandria, and I heard Alexandria, and I was like,
it's happening!
It's all coming together. She can't hide it, even as much as she wants to. The truth comes out.
They have a lady that lives either in Brobridge or Baton Rouge. I know it starts with a B, but she looked exactly like Sandra Bullock. And people will walk up to her and be like, oh my God, are you Sandra Bullock? She's like, no, that's not me, Sha. You're really thick, Cajun. I'm like, no, Sha, that's not me. I get that all the time.
That's how Lana Del Rey's gonna start talking.
Man, yeah, that pussy smell just like that Pepsi Cola, yeah.
There was a woman that worked at a gym I used to go to when I was living in Chattanooga. And she looked exactly like, and now I can't even remember this actress's name. She was in Game of Thrones. She was in like the last few Hunger Games movies. Hang on, gonna look it up.
Was she the one that was married to both Joffrey and his brother and their uncle?
Yes.
Don't know her name. No, everyone she was married to.
I'm gonna get this. I don't know who she played in the Hunger Games, so this is all an issue. But I'm gonna figure this out.
To the IMDb.
Yeah. Okay. Hunger Games actress. That's fine. I can just kind of go that generic. Blah, blah, blah. Whatever. We can continue, and then I'll find it, and then.
This episode brought to you by the letters WTF.
Why am I? I'm thinking the name Naomi.
I know. No, I know who you are talking about. And I'm going to find her, damn it. Game of Thrones. Helps if I can spell. Game of Thrones. Bought a new mouse. It's in a different room. Having struggles now. Come here, bitch. Where you at? Not Amelia Clark. Not her. Not her. No, that's a man.
So yeah, we're just gonna burn too much time, and now I've lost my momentum because my doppelganger story I can't actually conjure an image in people's minds. I
I'm gonna,
lost. It's
I'm
over.
gonna help you.
It's
I'm gonna help you. I
over,
promise.
Frankie. We lost. I'm
No,
I'm lumping you in this just so I don't feel as bad about it being just me.
no, I'm gonna find. Look, it hurts my brain. Oh, Natalie. Her name is Natalie something. Where'd she go?
Natalie Dormer.
Yeah, that's the one.
All right, and we came back from nowhere, bottom of the ninth.
You were
Yes,
so
anyway.
Naomi.
Coach.
Looked exactly like Natalie Dormer.
Who is she really?
She just worked at a gym I went to.
Patrick's like, fucking nobody. Not Natalie Dormer.
I have no clue.
I just wanted to point out she looked like somebody else.
That's the only doppelganger story I had, guys.
I love it. It's fine. It's great.
Although, I mean, I've been compared to Jason Momoa at times, you know.
Maybe
You
Jason
look like
Momoa.
Jason Momoa.
Jason,
Oh.
you do. You look like Jason Momoa if he were a painting that got left in the rain and then touched up from memory. And that's not a nag. That's not a nag at all. That's just how much you don't look like Jason.
I'm Jason Momoa's younger, all-white half-brother named Tyler. I'm Tyler Momoa.
That's okay. I'm Kathy Bates' little sister. It's fine. Like if Kathy Bates and Rosie O'Donnell had a baby, and then that baby had a child with Abbott and Costello, the round one. The round one. There was the round one and the skinny one. Everyone knows there are two things you need for a comedy duo.
Opposite always necessary.
Yeah, and the skinny one he beats the shit out of. I am the round one who's angry at everybody. But I'm an only child, so I'm also the one that beats the shit out of everybody. I'm also the one that gets the shit. Me and that mirror go round and round, man.
Inside you, there are two wolves.
The one wolf and the other wolf. Feed them both. That's animal food.
Both those wolves are hungry.
I actually had that conversation with my students because they're still reading Romeo and Juliet, and we just met Friar Lawrence, and he's doing that little speech where he's talking about how the plants have both the capability of healing people and poisoning people, and I'm like, he's basically saying there are two wolves inside of you, an alpha wolf and a scrawny little evil wolf, and the one you feed is the one that succeeds. And that guy goes, like from Facebook? I'm like, yes, like from Facebook. So
love that meme.
You have two wolves inside of you. One is Moon Moon. Feed that one. It's funny.
I think the one that always stuck out to me was you have two wolves inside you. Both are gay.
My favorite. I miss Moon Moon. I wish Moon Moon was still relevant.
Memes used to be better. I'm just gonna say it. I know that makes me an old man, but memes used to be so much better.
Back in my day, you had to download an app and use a specific font for it to even count as a meme.
You didn't have a backdrop or it wasn't a Rage comic. It didn't count.
Cyanide and happiness is all we had, and we enjoyed the hell out of it. And we're all in therapy now. If we can't afford it.
That Vine was coming back, though.
Yeah, they're calling it Viner.
Yeah. It's probably going to be real shitty, but...
Yeah, I mean, so, you know, I do believe that has a capability of healing the world, but only if they stick to the 6-second time limit. Like, that's non-negotiable. That's what made Vine good.
If they go beyond the 6 seconds, they're just trying to compete with TikTok now, and they're doing it wrong.
Yep.
You can make up to a 10-minute TikTok now. I don't know.
All right, Bucky's, hear us out. Buy Vine.
Come on down to the buck and suck, and you might wind up on Viner.
Listen, I tried to make a TikTok, but it was so hard. I don't know how people do it, and I gave up.
Like,
I would
You know
like
what, guys?
showing
We're
my
not on
sister
TikTok
every.
anymore. Fuck it.
I
I am
was showing
eventually
my
gonna
sister
fix
what
the
I wanted
Halloween
to
episode.
do. Huh?
I'm eventually gonna fix the Halloween episode. Probably one day during Christmas break, because 1 week is not enough to do everything I need to do, honest to God.
I feel that. But no, I was showing my sister what I wanted to do and the part of the podcast that I wanted to post, and she's like, "Well, why don't you just post the podcast?" And I said, "Cuz we're an audio only podcast." And she's like, "Well, maybe you shouldn't be an audio only podcast." And I was like, "Fuck off. We're not don't do that."
She got that better editing program money? Because
Right.
I don't.
You tell her Tyler Momoa isn't quite ready yet to make his on-screen appearance.
We are trying to get Jason on, though. So
Hmm. Hey,
I'm
yeah.
not sure he can
Jason can
read,
get
let
on, then
alone
we'll
write.
do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, we had a writing prompt last week and I forgot what it was. So
I got you.
I think I
got
followed
you.
it, but
I think I sort of did.
Anyway, I'll put it in the doobly. Blabo. There you go.
oh.
Sarah seems less confident as she followed the prompt this time.
Uh-oh.
All right,
Spaghetti.
hang on. This is going to be a great experiment because I sort of have to do this myself. I came close. Okay, but Sarah, what did you remember the prompt as being?
I remembered it as being, would you ever swap places with someone?
Oh, that's fine.
Shit, that's exactly. See, that's what I remembered it being. So hey, we were both.
Oh, really?
It says interpret this how you'd like. So
Yeah, we're both kind of wrong in the same way.
Okay.
yeah, you
good.
don't have to make up a whole new character. You can just swap with somebody. Like that's fine too.
Okay.
I swapped with a non-writer this week, and I have to drink because I ain't do shit between the sport I coach starting and grades going in and getting ready for the last few weeks of the second 9 weeks. And now we gotta eat turkey. It's a bitch, man. I'm not gonna lie.
God, work's never done.
Oh, never. And when you finally get ahead, someone hands you a foot. It's just
That is true.
yeah.
All right.
All
Who
right.
wants to go first, me or you?
It's up to you, Sarah. What do you want to do?
Okay,
Mine's relatively brief, so I can go first.
Okay.
All right. So mine is called All of the World's Evil, and then because I couldn't decide if that was a good or a bad title, I also put the title God Box because I just wanted to put that one. We'll see if it works. All right.
I like it both.
Here we go. The most impressive thing about the city was how clean it all was. It was an ode to perfect symmetry in all its forms. Sweeping avenues of white stone rolled onto a lawn of greenery in the pedestrian district, and the sculptures were all of glass, not metal or stone. The carved edifice of a simple utilities building on the street corner made even the holy sites of my homeland look like congealed bus stop residue by comparison. But seeing wasn't enough. I had to fly closer to the sun. I had to know how these creatures had crafted utopia. So I asked. As with all his actions, the architect was slow to react. He turned his head to me lethargically, as if under a great depth of water. It had been a long time, the slender humanoid said, since any outsider had professed such a desire. But he was willing, if I was earnest. He'd always wished for the Arthanians' way of life to spread amongst the cosmos. They were a proud people, and rightfully so. The architect drew me away from the window to a lift in the center of the tower. Compared to the rest of the gilded interior, the stone floor of the lift itself looked much older. Rougher as well, like it was hewn in anger. But such a crude emotion could never have existed in that sacred space. It was anathema to the architect's design, and thus an impossibility. We stood on opposite sides of the plinth. The architect's webbed fingers caressed a lever, and we began our descent into the underworld of utopia. For the first 50 meters down, the tunnel walls were the same perfect cubes of marble that made up all the other infrastructure in the city, the 30-ton blocks aligned with a precision alien to human hands. As we descended further, though, the tunnel changed. It became rougher, like the stone of the lift, and ragged chunks of mishewn rock ringed us. What began as an immaculate marble throat was transformed into a serpent's bowels. We reached a metal gate like a vertical lock, as if for a canal burrowing straight into the earth. There was a chunk of heavy machinery unmating itself, and a whirring sound as the gate telescoped open like a great eye. As the temperature plummeted alongside us, the architect began his tale. The Arthanians, he explained, were no different than the people of my homeland, no different than any other cellular beings in the universe. The form may change from eon to eon and galaxy to galaxy, but the function of life remains perpetual. To grow, to prosper, to be made unafraid. Millennia before, the Arthanians had been locked in the same cycle of secular and religious violence that had had such a stranglehold on Earth. Generations lived, fought, and died under the oppressive aegis of war. By dint of their long lives, however, the Arthanians were able to appreciate the plight of their society in a way that few beings ever could. They understood the seeds of violence were rooted in their very souls. We reached another lock. And then sound effect of the lock opening. I'm not going to make the sound effect, sorry. The architect explained how they tried to heal their own shortcomings, and when they found themselves unable to, resolved to other methods. Wars of conquest became wars of extermination, and alliances formed and fractured like gossamer chains. Anytime a winner clambered from the ruins, the victorious tribe inevitably broke into smaller battling factions ad infinitum. This was not the utopia they sought. Far from achieving paradise, the Arthanians had merely perfected an assembly line of butchery that fed upon their own children.
Crunk.
Chunk.
Oh, I got you, fam.
Thanks. So it was back to the drawing board, as it were. The architect had come to realize the Arthanians were the problem, but removing them could not bring about the paradise for anyone except the factory owner. Something was missing, then, from their culture. A lack that further absence could not fill. Once this keystone was uncovered, all else would naturally fall to its rightful place. But what was it?
Chunk. Oh.
We descended past the final lock and into a small underground chamber, hardly wider than the tunnel had been, but more brutal in its structure. And the architect spoke of his epiphany. If the universe dictated that energy could not be created or destroyed, only transformed, why would not this same principle apply to emotion? It was a radical idea that made water the lines between fiction and reality, even for the advanced Arthanians. But the architect held to his theory. A keening sound came from one end of the damp chamber as the lift finished its descent, many miles below where we had been standing in the tower. It was the faintest noise, like the sound of an old television set being turned on a floor upstairs, emanating from a simple stone box set into the floor against the far wall. I looked at it and wanted to flee, even if it meant leaving my skin behind. But the architect continued, motioning for me to follow. He explained, simply, how the Arthanians had slowly come about to his way of thinking, if only because they were powerless to end the carnage on their own. His breath made no clouds in the freezing chamber as he described the grand experiment. To take all of the hatred, envy, lust, and sin of the Arthanians, and foist it all upon one man, a perverted god of their own making and in their own image. Not a figure of power, but a reliquary for all the world's evil. All pain, anger, and fury distilled down into one vessel. His sacrifice would be the boon that allowed the Arthanians to move past their savagery and evolve into Utopia's shepherds. And with the wretched god's death, his pain, the world's pain, would finally be laid to rest, cemented in the void for eternity. The keening sound grew louder with each step towards the box. There it was, the architect concluded, and he placed a hand on the stone lid. The cost of Utopia. Well worth the cost and perfectly executed, but for one minor flaw. Gods do not die. And I understood the sound. The box was screaming.
Wow. That was really good. Quick question. Is that the same god from the other story?
No, no.
Okay.
Different universe.
Cool. Cool. I like that. Your work reminds me a lot of Neil Stevenson. I think you would really dig his work. Anathema is really good. Uh, but granted, the audiobook is 32 hours long. So you might want to listen on that one to times 4.
Yeah,
That's
that
what I did.
might be a long one, but yeah, I'll have to check
Yeah.
out his stuff.
Yes, it's really good. But no, I really like this. I like the onomatopoeia in there of the door as well. Chunk. Woo! I had a little too much
I
fun.
I feel like I say this all the time, but like your work, like just in general, is typically not something that I would go to because it's just not my. I just gen-
Not your
generally
genre.
wouldn't read it.
Yeah.
But whenever I read your work, I'm I'm just so enthralled. Like the details are always so good. Like
Yeah.
um
Our
the
flabbers
line
are
about
gassed.
huh?
Our flabbers are gassed.
Yes. Where was it at? Uh damn it. The line about what was a marbled throat grew
Oh
into
yeah, I
a
like the
the
serpent's bowels one.
yes,
Yeah,
what
I like
began
that
as an
one.
immaculate marble throat was transformed into serpent's bowels. I was like because you can see that. And it's like you're walking into it, and the whole time you're giving all these details, and all of them mean something. It's not like you're doing too much, and the whole time I'm like, he's so good at third person, and then you switch to first person toward the very end, and it's like the whole time you were just looking at all of these things and taking it all in, and I'm like, it's good.
Good. I'm glad you guys liked it. Yeah, I this is definitely something I would not trade places with. But I always like to toy around, the concept of sort of a greater being that is forced to take on the pain of its subjects or whatnot. We've got a
Yeah.
perfect life, but at what cost? And whether or not that would be worth it, I obviously don't think so. But yeah, I just like the idea of something that's kind of forced into that situation that can't
Yeah.
die
I'd
or do
be
anything about it.
I feel like God Box is a better title, by the way. But
Oh, yeah. Cool. Yeah, I thought of that 1 second and I was like, yeah, that is a good one.
yeah, I like that one. And I would be interested, like if you did make this a little bit longer, I would be interested in reading it because I feel like it could go a lot of different ways.
Yeah, definitely. I will. Yeah, I'd like to. Yeah, this is the first thing I've written in a while that I thought. Again, I don't think it could be maybe. I mean, it could be something, but either full story novella. But I would definitely like to expand upon it. Just the ideas in it.
Yeah, like I feel like this is a perfect um uh oh my god, I can't think today. What's it called at the very beginning of a book? Uh
Prologue.
prologue. Welcome to the workshop podcast where Sarah doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about.
We know how to end things. We're not so good at starting sometimes.
No. That blank Google document can kiss my ass, man. Mine's still blank this week, so I don't get to say shit.
No, I really like this, and I also think it's
Yeah.
like if you ever decide not to lengthen it, it's also perfect at this ending. Like
Okay.
the box
Was
was
it
pretty.
was it kind of clear? Did it make sense? The movement and stuff. Like, did it the I guess did the trajectory the what's the word I'm looking for? I mean, was it clear everything that was happening? Because I didn't go into too much detail describing the outside world or too much, but was the motion and everything kind of did everything make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think so because it was like the reader was walking through this tunnel, this cave, like through the doors
Mhm.
with the architect. Um, and so like explaining the actual world, I feel like wouldn't have made sense anyway because
Yeah, I wouldn't have known where. My thought was with something like that, I wouldn't know where to stop. In
yeah,
keeping it a shorter piece too, I would be forced to 5,000, 6,000 words, and then at that point, it's
yeah, yeah. No, I think it made sense, and then I was kind of like, I guess toward the middle, wondering like where the whole like have you pretended to be someone else or would you swap places with someone else, where that was going to come in. And then at the end, whenever you're talking about the pain and then gods don't die and you understood the sound, then it all clicked together for me.
nice. All right. Well, good. I'm glad. I had fun writing this one. I actually wrote it more quickly than a lot of the other things I've written lately, so it was fun to sort of just flow through it.
Nice. That is the best.
All right. Let's see what
Okay,
Sarah's got.
so this one is titled Ivy League, and Patrick, I think maybe you might have read something with this character in it
I was
before.
going to say that with that name, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So whenever I thought of this idea, I kind of think it's a dumb idea. And I told my sister about it, and she was like, you should send it to me after so I can laugh at you.
Gee, I'm lucky. I don't think my sister can read. It's fine. I say that. She's probably listening to this podcast going, you bitch. She's from Mississippi, so that's how she talks. I
Yeah,
love her. I
but
think she can
she's
read.
listening to it, not reading. And I'm just kidding.
I do know she can read because she's one of 3 people who actually read the novel I wrote in high school. And if she
Nice.
tells anybody about it, I have a guy at her house. She can't see him. He's in the woods. He has a gun. No.
Well, the idea for this was I've been trying to work on this character for a while, and everything I do with her, she's just not cooperating and it's been pissing me off. And so,
Bitch.
like, me at like Sarah, not Sarah the author, but like just Sarah, was like, I wish I could just like figure out what the hell was going on in her head. And then I'm like, wait, I can just write about it. So that's what this is about.
Hell yeah.
When in doubt, write it out.
So yeah, okay. I open the document and skim through the last few paragraphs I'd written last night. It's genuinely unpublishable. Ivy has been uncooperative these last few weeks. What did I expect? I'm the dumbass who gave her the snark and independence and unsolicited opinion she hasn't earned yet. I'm the one who gave her the earnest little dream of shaping the next generation one nursery rhyme at a time. But the moment she stepped onto Michigan State's campus, bright eyed and freshly graduated, she was awe-stricken. She wanted to be there. It was easy, writing her excitement of the buildings, the programs, the whole college package. But then she rubbed elbows with frat boys and introduced herself to the cocktail of vodka, Red Bull, and Adderall, and it's been a downhill spiral since. Honestly, I was happy to let her have her fun. I let her snort coke off a public bathroom sink, lose her mornings to hangovers and that bitter taste of day old vomit, nearly lose her scholarships to failing grades and poor attendance. And just when she's at the cusp, right before she loses it all, we switch it up. 2 drafts ago, she joined Alpha Sigma Theta after switching her major to marine biology. And the draft before that, she had a religious phase after waking up hungover and naked in a church confessional. Draft number 1, she ended up in a Planned Parenthood gynecology chair with her feet in stirrups, staring at the reflective fluorescent ceiling lights before I stepped back and scrapped the whole thing. I drop my hands on the keyboard with a sigh and knock my head against the chair's headrest. What the hell am I supposed to do, Ivy? I'm 7 chapters deep in a story that's gone rogue, stuck with a character that fights my every word, but too invested in her development to throw her on the island of unused characters. I take my glasses off and toss them aside as I swivel my chair back and forth in the laptop's harsh blue light. I want to know, I groan. What's so terrible about my writing? What the hell am I missing that she's so hell-bent on ruining this for me? In the midst of my grumbling complaints, a knock sounds at my office door. I jump from my chair, knocking knickknacks and pins to the floor as the desk shakes in my haste. "Hello?" I call. Am I am I not alone? A knock sounds again and my hands tremble as I wipe them on my jeans. Am I finally going crazy? I turn the knob and carefully peek through a crack in the door. Before me stands a pretty blonde girl, curly hair framing a round, rosy face. Her green eyes pierce me as she stares back. Her plump pink lips part into a grin, and she extends her hand. "Hi there," she says, her tone exactly as I imagined it. High in pitch and sweet, a tinge of sarcasm coating her tongue. I stammer and back away. I am going crazy. Ivy nudges the door, her black wedges clicking against my wooden floors. Her smile is sweet, her eyes vindictive. "Hey, stranger," she says with a small wave of her manicured hand. Uh, I stammer, backing away. The backs of my knees hit my desk chair and I fall into the leather, sending notebooks and the remainder of my knickknacks tumbling to the floor. "You said you wanted to know." "Know what?" I shout. "What's so terrible about your shitty writing?" she says, kneeling before me as she turns my chair to her. My trembling gaze meets hers head on. She places her warm hands on either side of my face, squeezing my cheeks together, then pulling them apart, squeezing, then pulling. I've always wanted to do that. She squeezes my cheeks again, forcing my lips out and laughing at my furrowed brow. "Want to know why you're so terrible?" She forces a nod as she jerks my head up and down, but when she releases, it's not her eyes I'm staring into or her perfect lips I'm hating, but a dusty carpet floor littered with empty Coke cans and clothes, smelling of liquor and Febreze, sticky with residue of whatever the hell I got into last night. I lift my head, then drop it again, pain from the hangover I didn't earn. I groan and lift my head once more, struggling off the floor as I peel my hands from the grimy carpet. A desk to my left is littered with crinkled Polaroids and empty frames, receipts from Walmart and Dollar Tree shoved in every crevice, a wrinkled thong and matching bra shoved in the nearest drawer. Waves of nausea envelop me as I adjust to the stale marijuana scent. I amble around the room, stumbling as I grip my temple, groaning at the flickering light, and that's when I see it. Myself, Ivy, staring at me from a closet door mirror. Her perfect blonde waves thrown haphazardly in a matted, frizzy bun, with her brown roots outgrown, her deep purple bags beneath her pale eyes smudged with week old mascara, dried vomit at the corner of her mouth that dribbled down to a shirt with a stretched neckline. I lean in closer, touching her face, running her chipped nails across her bushy brows and the zits forming at her chin. I look at her. No, I look her, me, over once more. Sorry. Burn holes in her stained hoodie, sweat stuck to her neck, and God, she smells. Weed and musk and that watermelon lotion a boy gave her a couple drafts ago, working overtime to compensate for her poor hygiene. I find a bite mark on her neck when I crane to get a better view of the gauges she put in her ears. I let her arms fall to her sides, lifeless, sad. I back away. Ivy Ellington is a preschool education major with a big heart and kind values. She's dramatic, sure, and she's kind of a bitch, and she likes to have fun, as any college student does. She loves Jesus and her brothers, and she thinks her mama's a southern queen who found solace in a cold place like Michigan. She cares a lot about everything all the time, and her fears lay deep beneath her perfect spray tan and overlined lips. She isn't lackadaisical with her schooling, and everyone finds a friend in her. She's a breath of fresh air, smells like fresh fruit and vanilla bean, and only drinks when she's stalking her exes on Instagram. So why does she have hidden in her nightstand 3 pill bottles all prescribed to someone other than the character I created?
Ooh.
I like it. I don't think it was dumb. I think that was good. I
No,
really
that
enjoyed
was
that.
like, yeah.
That
Okay.
The
was
description.
it had I so it seems to me like it's got three kind of distinct parts. You've got the introduction where you're talking about the writing, the kind of meeting of the character, and then when you are the character. Um, as weird as it is, I think the beginning is almost my favorite part. Just the I don't know. It's very fun and very rare to hear someone in their own voice talk about their own writing, and with certain liberties taken here or there.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think it came through how much you enjoy working with the character, even as frustrating as she might be. Um, and I think it's kind of a testament to your style and how much the story and the character mean to you that you are having this much difficulty, which is part of what's so fun to read about. Like it's sometimes great to have a character go completely crazy because you know you've created something that is almost beyond your control, but it's in a good way.
Yeah, yeah. I kind of like the idea of the character coming to life and be like, okay, this is your fault and here's why. Because that is kind of my writing process. I have been known. I'm not insane, I promise. I have been known to talk to my characters like out loud as if it were a conversation. just to get an idea of what they want to happen next. And then go the complete opposite direction because they just want to lay around and be happy. And I don't want to, that don't say shit.
I don't want to do this to them.
But yeah, I like it. It kind of, I would argue that there's a fourth part because I feel like that last paragraph is her discovering what Ivy truly is. Like she's not just some flunky. She wants to be a preschool teacher. She's in preschool education and she has a big heart and kind values and blah 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 blah. And that's all a far cry from the girl in the mirror with the vomit dripping down her face. Like
Yeah.
you can't be an elementary school major and roll up to class with mascara all over your face going, sorry I'm late. I had to barf in the trash can outside and my taser went off and I shocked myself. Sorry. Like which
That's a
now
good
I have
point.
something to go right, but there
Yeah, I
was
was kind of like, when I was thinking of doing this, and I feel like I still need to write a few more pages for it to actually be complete. But I was thinking, like, okay, this is who I want this character to be, and she's not cooperating, so who the hell is she behind closed doors when I'm not working with her?
yeah.
And, like, I guess showing such a stark comparison between the two and realizing like there's something that I've missed
Yeah.
when it comes to developing this character that
Yes.
in my mind she's this perfect beautiful like lovely Ivy, but in her everyday behind the scenes
Downtime.
life,
Yeah.
yeah, she's like pothead, cokehead,
Hey.
drug addict.
Yeah.
Having a good old time when she's not working 9 to 5.
It's the 3 pill bottles in the nightstand that get me. Like,
Yeah, no, that's a good. I see. I in the same kind of way that you were talking about mine, Sarah. I see where you could add to this, but I also think that where you ended it was a good spot. If you're not going to continue it further. Um, but no, it was very. Yeah, it's a cool concept too. Like just to write about your own character in a way that not expecting necessarily to publish it or add it even to the story, but like I imagine that's a really good way to get into the head to uncover more. And so I'll be interested to see if you do continue anything about it or if you feel like it'll help you in your other work.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is really really interesting. It's almost like looking at an author's process in a way,
Yeah.
which is always fun.
Yeah.
See, mine is I just scream at myself in my head until I'm like, all right, write something. Here we go.
Again, sometimes writing is just opening the document, staring at a blank page for 8 hours, closing the laptop, and going on about your day. But
Imagine
yeah,
having 8 hours to stare at a
God,
laptop
dude,
screen
right?
though.
that's
You
the
don't
thing.
have to do them all at once.
That's why I think people that have worked a 9 to 5 or a desk job for longer hours would make the best full-time writer/authors because they really would probably write for all 8 hours a day. Because they're like, if I wasn't doing this, I'd be back there. I don't want to go back there. I'm good.
Anything but the desk job.
Don't care.
I can do this from the sofa. Fuck a desk.
Even for someone with like ADHD, I'm like, no, I can deal with it. If that's what the reward is, I'll deal.
Yeah.
I'll get a freaking standing desk and a treadmill at my desk. There. Oh, that's it.
I'm gonna be skinny and mediocre. Hot damn. So again, I drank. So we only have 2 this week.
Yep.
What's
I
our
apologize for that.
What's our prompt gonna be for after Thanksgiving?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked. Our prompt for next week is, what does your lazy day look like? That was going to be easy for me because I could literally just write about any day of my life.
I could. I'll just send a blank page and say.
I was gonna say like the most meta joke is to not write anything. Like that's what I do on my lazy days.
I literally I brought my laptop into the living room today, fully intending to do something, and started playing Stardew Valley because it was already open, and I was like, you know what?
See, I can't fault you there. You didn't even open it. If it was already open, I get it. Like you were trapped. It was like a trap card.
It really was. Like I plugged my headphones in, fully intending to hear music, and then I heard that what's his name? The not annoying ape. What's his name? Concerned ape. Bling ding 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 ding. I was like, yep, that's it. I'm done.
They got me.
Yeah. Time to mute this game, put on a podcast, and
I've switched gears. I'm so I can't switch back. It's just that's not how it works. I wish
I'm
it
not
did.
even driving this bus anymore.
I'm not happy about this either, but here we go.
Look, man, we've hit 80 miles an hour now, and if we slow down, we will explode.
I don't know what to tell you. Speed rules.
Sandra Bullock's at the front of the bus going, full steam ahead, chef!
How many more Sandra Bullock references can we make in the entirety of this one podcast?
We've still got 30 minutes, my guy.
We get her entire filmography, basically.
I am running for Miss Congeniality of this podcast, so it's fine. Sarah, you could be Miss Congeniality too. Hey.
Sounds good.
Did they ever make a 3?
No. I think
Dang.
2 flopped so hard, they were like, all right, we've beat all
Come on, Hollywood. Time is ripe for it. With Paramount Plus right there.
Straight to streaming, so half the people can watch it. It's fine.
All right.
So this week, I kind of wanted to touch on authors and their work. I know we talked a lot in the past about Neil Gaiman and his BS and Amanda Palmer and her believing in all of the victims except the ones who blame her. And even J.K. Rowling. Yeah. And like I have to say that their work helped me at very, very difficult times. And I just kind of wanted to start this conversation today by giving people permission. Like, it's okay to still like his work. It's okay to still like her work. Mm-hmm. Just, pirate it. Don't give him any money. But yeah, that's what the Bay was created for. Because part of my chair came off on my hand and it was in my mouth. Oh my god. Pardon me for a second. Because I've come to a realization that this is a really weird grief for us as consumers. Because it's almost like we're not allowed to grieve. Because it is very much as if Neil Gaiman is dead to me now.
Fair.
Okay. But I feel like if I grieve that, they're like, so you're okay with a rapist? And I'm not, you know? And I
Yeah.
think that's why people automatically just shit can all their work as soon as they find out this person was a horrible person.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But it's not that horrible person we're grieving. It's the person we thought that person was, the artist we thought they were,
Yeah.
that we are grieving. So for all my former Potterheads out there and people who enjoyed Good Omens and stuff like that, if it helps, just get a Sharpie and scratch Neil's name off
I
of
was gonna say,
Good
let's be
Omens.
honest. Terry
Yeah,
Pratchett's humor is most of what Good Omens is, anyways.
right, right. Gaiman's just a little too dry, you know? It's hard to believe that someone with that dry a wit is a rapist, but allegedly, I don't know. Allegedly, but still, like,
it, no, I mean, you pretty much touched on my thoughts exactly. It is complex because you can't take back that these books did at times mean a great deal to you. They still might, and that's okay.
yeah,
It's the complicating factor is, of course, the economy that we're in. Purchasing books, it's the support aspect, and it's hard because you exactly to your point. Fucking pirate something. I don't care. If you
right,
really want to read it, that's the biggest complicating factor. Is that the idea of separating the art from the artist is all well and good, but unless you're extremely conscious of your methods of consumption in our current media sphere, you'll still end up supporting them unless you're careful. So that's really which again, that's complex too. I mean, I'm not going to say
yeah,
I personally would prefer to pirate and that kind of stuff, and
yeah,
I'm not going to really be buying any new gaming books. I'm not pitching what I've got,
yeah,
but I'm not. But I can't say that I don't know. I mean, I can't say that I judge someone too harshly that is removed from the understand or the sphere that might not even know what's going on with these authors.
right, right.
That's another complicated thing. We know because we were invested in his work and his
Mhm.
corpus, but
Yeah, I
someone that
took a
just
class. I took a class in my master's degree only because it was half Neil Gaiman.
well, exactly, yeah.
And
And so, of course, you're going to be plugged
Yeah.
in, but someone that's just read American Gods isn't going to know. And so they see the next Neil Gaiman thing, like, oh, I knew something or I read something that I liked of his. And
yeah,
I can't fault them that either. I mean, we're a society that's very much dominated by entertainers and artists, uh, one way or another. And, to expect any of them to be moral beacons, I think you're really going to unfortunately be disappointed by most.
yeah.
Yeah.
Even the great Stephen King used to do a mountain of cocaine before he wrote a book. Like he'd open his typewriter, and the next thing you know, bam, Christine popped out. Like that's not an ethical way to write your books,
Is
you
that
know.
that's
But
technically performance enhancing drugs?
right,
And it's also not a like a I'm gonna fuck up this word, replicable way.
Yeah, no, that's a good way.
Like
yeah,
you're gonna write a book on how to write well after
yeah.
you've snorted 2 tons of cocaine and say
Fucking
this is
Pablo
how I
Escobar's in the
write.
corner.
This is how I
Yeah,
remember writing. Like the
fucking
flashes that I get.
Pablo
Hold on.
Escobar's in the corner going, "What the fuck are you doing, man? Slow down." He's like, "One more chapter." Like, it's
Siri
not.
just picked up all of that, by the way.
Trying to
And
Google something weird.
Here are the
it said
cocaine
if you
dealers in
need
your
help
area.
with cocaine addiction.
No,
Now
no, I've already read the books. I'm fine.
I got you. I can point you guys to a great rehab. It's fine. I
Yeah.
get referrals. It's okay.
Would you like would you like rehab or dealers?
Yeah.
Give me a
Let me search.
typewriter.
Oh,
The next Stephen King, baby. I unfortunately can't subscribe to the Ernest Hemingway school of thought, which is write drunk, edit sober, because to me it's just it just reads like something you wrote drunk, and it's not good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I thought it was deep and meaningful. It's not.
I'm so much better sober. Like
Same.
I used to be in that camp. Like, I'm gonna drink a beer and write a story, and then I'd read that story back. Like, who the fuck wrote that? Oh God, it was me.
Am I
Oh,
the problem?
moi, the problem.
Cannot be.
No, but yeah, it's just I just wanted to give people permission to find comfort in their old comfort things. Because
Yeah.
no one's really focusing on what these things meant to people. They're focusing on the artists. And
Mhm.
sometimes you have to take the artist away from the art. You
Yeah.
Mhm.
know? You have
And
no choice.
I think sometimes it can be easier to do that when the artist or the author has passed away.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Way easier.
Yeah, because if you're reading something like Neil Gaiman, for example, and you're like, I've heard such good things about this book, but it is not on my bookshelf and it is not in my Kindle, but I would like to read it. It's like, okay, well, do I pirate it? Right? Do I steal it? Do I pay money for it? Do I see if someone else has it and risk, being judged for asking for it? Or do
Yeah.
I just not read it? Whereas if they're dead, it's kind of just like, okay, well, whoever their estate's going to, they're not the reason
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
people hate this person. So, yeah.
For listeners at home, you very likely will outlive Neil Gaiman. That's just
Oh,
in account of his advanced age. So,
yeah.
just for future sake.
I really feel bad for their son. Because now dad's a rapist, mom's a groomer, and he's just in the middle. Like, can I have more Cheerios? Like,
Can I change my last name, please? That's the best gift you can
yeah,
give me.
like,
Now you know damn well he's gonna grow up and write a book.
Oh fuck yeah.
I'm gonna read the shit out of that book.
oh yeah,
You're
yeah. They'll release an album with him. Like, yes, that's our kid now. Fuck you, Neil Gaiman.
But your point about the author being deceased, yeah, that's 100% true. I mean, I'll read. Case in point, who was the huge racist, even by standards of the time? No, not H.G. Wells.
Dr. Seuss,
Dr.
No,
Seuss.
H.P. Lovecraft.
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 Yes,
Yes.
Lovecraft was a huge. But if you are into horror, he's a name that you really can't avoid. At least if you want to have discussions about Lovecraftian horror. I mean, he has
Yeah.
a name or a subgenre named after him, and he's gone. So there's
Hopefully, he took his racism with him. I mean, the man had a cat named Inward Man. It
yeah,
wasn't even
I
a cat. It
know.
was just
I
a
did
tabby.
not know that.
Oh, you did
Yeah.
that, Sarah? That's one of my favorite. I mean, it's not my favorite bit of trivia, but it's just
It's the
like,
most
yeah,
well known.
he was so racist that even racists of the time were like, dude, chill out a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah.
They're sitting there ironing their white sheets, going, "Bro, you gotta cool it, man. Like,
like,
too much."
how bad do you have to be to make other bad people like, hey,
Yeah.
The
we're not
Klan and the
animals.
Nazis were like, "Yo, HP, we gotta talk, man. We've had meetings."
I did read several things that like kind of pointed towards him somewhat reevaluating his positions later in his life, but that might have been revisionist. At this point, it really doesn't matter. I mean,
Mhm.
always strive to do better, but once you've done a certain amount of damage, I mean, it's.
Yeah. And what sucks is a lot of the authors that have gone down in history to be like great American authors are racist. They grew up in a racist, segregated time.
Yeah.
And so sometimes it's kind of like I feel like unless they were like Lovecraft, who was very open with how much he hated. Yeah. I feel like at some point we have to, and it's probably not a good thing to say, but we have to give some type of grace knowing how they grew, like the society that they grew up in, and it was the norm back then.
Yeah.
Obviously, they can change their views, and it was wrong.
Yeah.
Um, but I don't know. I feel like r- uh, it's been a long day. Oh my god.
You're good.
Dahl, he was racist, but he's
Mhm.
also like
Wait, which
an
one?
Roald Roald
Roald Dahl.
Dahl.
Yeah,
Yes,
Roald Dahl. Yeah.
yes, he was
Go ahead, butcher
racist.
his name. We don't care.
But I mean, he has such amazing books, and it's like he was what from the 40s, 50s, 60s. Like
Yeah.
it's
You do
hard
yourself
because
you also do yourself a disservice to not engage with.
right,
Mhm.
Yeah.
yeah. If you just like toss everyone that was ever racist, like say goodbye to your grandparents, say goodbye to your
Whoosh! What are you doing? Saying goodbye to Grandpa.
Sorry. Well, no, but you're
like
exactly right.
I don't know. I feel like at some point, yes, it's wrong. We know it's wrong. But if you
Yeah.
can still talk to grandma and grandpa, you can still read, you know, a
Yeah.
racist's books. And
Yeah.
maybe that's not okay to say, and maybe we should cut this out, but
No, no. Well, I understand what you're saying. You gotta separate the love you had for the people you were raised with, especially in the South, with their ideologies. Because some of their ideologies, like, bro, that's not okay.
It's, it's the H.P. Lovecraft effect. It's whoa, hey, not that far.
Great story about the war, Grandpa. Can you not say the N-word anymore?
It's like, yeah. Whenever Grandpa talks about his time in active combat, we try to change the subject very quickly.
Yeah. Yeah. Ready fight again? Asia? Okay, no, we're not
Yeah,
gonna
we're
talk
gonna.
about that anymore.
No, but I think there's something to be said for again context and engaging with the text like an adult. That's another big difference that
Right.
something you can do as someone that's more has a more nuanced approach to reading and understanding of the text. I it is a disservice only to read books from authors you like. You should try to branch out to different things. In the same vein, it's a disservice not to read texts by people that you very much disagree with. I mean, even from a historical perspective, there's value in reading the novels that or autobiographies that tyrants left behind. It's not that you're agreeing with their ideology, but there's something to be gleaned from trying to understand the thought process.
I've already told you, Patrick, I'm not reading Mein Kampf. You can
Yeah, all right. No, and so, but I think that the responsibility as an adult is to at least keep in the back of your mind your understanding of who the author is and understand how it might be influencing the text. It's fun to lose yourself in a piece, and that's all well and good. Um, but then, out of nowhere, you'll get like I know that Twilight had a very pro-life message in one of its books, which is
yeah.
very valid and fine if that's your worldview. But it's sometimes it comes out of left field, the ideologies and the leanings, unless you are also thinking of that while you're reading at the same time. If you're keeping that in mind, what the author's viewpoints are.
mhm.
Yeah, like great writing. Shitty human being, but great writing.
No,
That's yeah.
yeah, that
Like
is you have to, because you can get something out of this. They
yeah,
could be. I mean, most misunderstood geniuses are really shitty.
yeah.
It's a lot,
Mis-
unfortunately.
misunderstood is the label they like to slap on people who are inherently sexist, racist, bigoted
Yeah.
in any way. Like, oh, they're just misunderstood. No, no, we understand racism. It's 2025. We get
Shit, you
that.
just gotta you really kind of blew my mind with that because you're right.
Yeah.
He was misunderstood. No, he was just
I
garbage.
understand
Yeah.
him.
Very well understood.
It's the sneaky racism for me. Like we read a lot of the first few years I taught, we read a book called Into the Wild by Jack London, and it's a good book. It's a great book, but there is a line. They're talking about a field, and in the field there are these plants that are kind of bushy, and the word for them in the book was inward heads. And I looked out at my 23 African American students, and I looked at my African American teaching aide, and I said, I'm not saying that word. And she looked at me, then looked at the kids, then looked back at me and went, you better not say that word. I legit, it's in my search history. What are inward heads actually called? And it's a really pretty name. I cannot remember the actual name, but that week I spent the entirety of Sunday making a PowerPoint that was that chapter, one paragraph at a time. And when it got to that paragraph, I changed that word to what those are actually called, their scientific name. And she was like in the back of the classroom, she nods and she comes up to me after class and goes, good save, Miss Franks. Like, yeah, I wasn't reading that word. That wasn't happening. And the kids are like, you can say Miss Franks. Like, I'm not winding up on TikTok.
Well, meanwhile, you have these, blonde-headed, super cute teachers on TikTok that are like, all right, everybody, there's going to be a really racist word coming up. And if you are uncomfortable with it, you can step out, but we're going to say this word.
Yeah, and you don't have to. You really don't have to.
Right.
It's not even in the big red dog. I don't know why she felt the need to say it.
It's like the students can see it in the text. That's fine. That's okay.
Yeah.
We know it's there.
That doesn't give me permission to say it, and it doesn't make it okay. Like,
Right.
that plant did have an actual name. That's just what people called it. Because back then it was okay to just name things inward this. Oh, this is my inward mouse. This is my inward lighter. Like,
And
no.
Just because it's appropriate to read something doesn't mean it's appropriate to popcorn read it. Like,
Right.
those are different. Those are very different things because one is a social context.
Yeah.
And I feel like that kind of goes back to, the time that it was written where it was acceptable, not okay, but acceptable to say these things. So, if you're in school and you're reading this and your white teacher says this thing, it's not like, oh my God. But now we're in, 2025, we're in the 21st century where we know that these things are not okay. So, like, that is a point in time where you can still read this author fine, but like, do what Frankie did and change the word. There's always another word. Like,
that's the beauty of English. There's a lot of words.
Yeah. I mean, there's literally no reason to call those plants that name.
Right.
There's no reason to call that. You don't have white teachers out there, black teachers out there. We don't have to say that word anymore.
Frankie's freed you.
Yeah. And if the school board comes in and sees you teaching this particular lesson and they don't like that you cut that word out, turn around and say, oh my God, are you racist? Should I have said that to a room full of small, impressionable children? You teach seniors. I don't care. They're still small and impressionable in my eyes. And like, my first rule is no curse words. And I call them out every time they drop an N word. They're like, oh, come on, Miss Franks. I'm like, oh, come on, Billy or whoever said it. I don't. If I can't say it, you can't say it. That ain't fair. Okay.
Neither is life. So.
Yeah. What if we say you can say it? Again, I'm not going on the news. Best test scores in Louisiana? I'll be on the news right then. Saying the N-word in a class full of children? I'm not going on the news for that. That's not happening.
That is not how I want to make my 5 minutes of fame.
No, I just don't see the point in continuing that cycle of it was okay back then,
Yeah.
or using a word that people who look like me, I'm Lily White, by the way, using the word that people who look like me use to hurt people of another not genre. See, I'm a writer.
Honestly, I mean, same thing, really. Like, gender, genre, synonyms.
Yeah.
What gender book you want?
What genre are you? I'm Native American. Hi-ya.
I mean, that's basically what we're asking.
It's perfect. By the way, it's perfectly okay to make karate move noises when you give people permission to do things. Sure, you can go to the bathroom. Hi-ya!
Yeah, hey.
I don't know why hi-ya was my go-to for that.
As we're giving white people advice on this podcast, new one, don't like subtly try to ask for someone's racial background by asking where they're from. Now just only ask, what genre are you?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then when they stare at you like, okay, you're stupid. Good.
Tell them the workshop
I'm
sent you.
yeah. I'm I'm several genres. I'm Irish, which means I'm depressing and I curse a lot and I drink a lot, and I'm German, which means I'm depressing and I drink a lot and I curse a lot, and I'm French, which means I surrender a lot.
You also drink a lot.
I drink a lot. I eat a lot of cheese for some reason. I am Frankie Fromage.
Well, I think what we've kind of boiled it down to with authorship is that, yeah, ultimately it's about, especially as an adult, just being aware of the different aspects that you have to juggle, time period, everything, what you can do if it is a currently living author to perhaps mitigate the support, in at least a financial way, if you still do want to engage with material. Again, I can't judge, and I think it's worth engaging with as much written text as you possibly can as you're growing.
Right.
And it's unfortunate, the reality that many of our best written works are published by some real weirdos.
Yeah.
But try to outlive them. Try to pirate if you can.
Yeah.
And at the end of the
Pirate
day,
Bay, baby.
just keep in mind the authorship. And I think as long as you're being responsible with it, you're entirely valid to read who you please.
Like, don't make it your personality,
Exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it's you, just because you read H.P. Lovecraft doesn't mean you have to name your cat the same thing.
Yeah. George is a perfectly fine name, guys. It's been around for years. Pretty sure there's a king named George somewhere. Was he a racist? Phone rule.
Yeah, that's also the unfortunate thing is sometimes when you go back far enough, you realize that a term you've been using itself has really terrible origins, and you're like, damn it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
If I find out one day that 6'7" means something other than what my kids have told me it means, I'm gonna be so pissed.
I honestly don't even understand 6'7".
I think anyone
One of my
will. I think the point is not to understand it.
one of my kids told me what it is. This guy is singing a song and he's talking about driving fast or like how many over the limit were you? And he's like 6'7", and they clung to that part. So it is
just,
technically just brain rot.
so it's just
That's
an audio.
all it is.
It's just audio stimming. Like
Yeah.
it's literally just. So
It's
it's just the kids on the spectrum.
yeah, it's fine. Even one of my I have two things on my board. One is how many days we have left to a specific holiday, and one is how many days we have left in the school year. And the one for in the school year, one of my sets of numbers uh got eaten by something. I don't know, it got wet or something. I was out, something happened to it, it broke. So I had to take it off. So someone took it upon themselves to put 6-7 as how many days we have left of school, and it never fails. It's been up there for 2 weeks, and every day somebody comes in and goes, "Yo, we only got 67 days left of school," and the whole class goes 6-7. And I'm like, all right, so back to Romeo and Juliet.
Did y'all see that dictionary.com's 2025 word of the year is 6'7"?
Oh,
It is.
As long as it ain't skibbity.
honestly,
I don't know.
like, it's almost impressive how long it's lasted. Like for a meme in this meme economy to have the longevity of 6'7" is
You want a new meme in this economy?
6'7" at home is still just as good as it used to be.
We got 6-7 at home. Get home 4-5.
Keep things in the actual news cycle this long. Like,
Current events aren't as current as 6-7 right now. I swear to God.
6'7" is
Yeah.
perpetual. It's eternal.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Thus says the Lord. 6-7.
The gospel of 6'7".
Well, guys, We've hit that magical number 109:30. Hot
6-7.
damn. Ooh.
Frank,
And our,
he
huh?
just wants to make sure we can't commit any more sacrilege.
Yeah. So our whatchamadoodle for next week, our prompt for next week, what does your lazy day look like? Again, interpret this how you will. Show me your lazy day. I would really like to write a story from the point of view of the guy who's perpetually on the sofa in Half Baked. Have you ever
All
seen that
right.
movie?
Uh-uh.
Yeah, he's just on the sofa the whole time, and at one point they're like, "Well, you let him live here rent free." And he's like, "I thought he was your guy," and he's just like, "What?"
Iconic.
Yeah. So that's it for us this week, my guys. Again, enjoy the media that makes you happy. Just keep in the back of your mind, this is a terrible author, and I don't want to support them, but I want to support me and my own mental health. Because going back to Harry Potter, I hadn't actually read the books when I was in school. I didn't read them until I was 21 and my whole life was imploding. And that kept me sane to be able to go to Hogwarts for 7 books, you know,
Yeah.
and just brain away from the
Yeah.
bullfuckery I was suffering with at that point. So what's her face? Neil Diamond's little sister. What's her name? J.K. Rowling. You know, that turf with that very masculine name. um, she can eat an entire sack of dicks. But Harry Potter forever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
That's completely valid, I think.
Yeah. I mean, as long as you don't read like what is it, American Gods, and then say like, "Oh, I'm also gonna go rape people because Neil Gaiman."
Yeah, because it's what it's.
Okay.
guys, I read this book and now rape is fun. Let's go. No, Timmy, don't do it.
Here we go. This is what I'll conclude on. Separating the art from the artist is possible, but it does take a certain amount of maturity that you have to make sure you're willing to commit to. Like
Yes.
that's perfectly. Once you've gotten to that point, fine, but you gotta recognize where your limits are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And if you don't feel ready, if listening to that person's music or watching their movies or reading their books or watching their shows, whatever, if that does give you the ick, it is okay to put it down and just walk away. Again, this is about mental health. That's what it boils down to. If your comfort show or comfort book is no longer comforting, if it does not serve you, which is arguably what media is meant to do, it is perfectly fine to set it aside and walk away. But don't let the hatred and the evil of that person take away what you got from that media.
Yeah.
Well put. All right.
Well, this has been the workshop. I've been
Yep.
Francis Bartholomew Valentine. Going by my full name now, guys.
Oh, well, I realized the other night that I technically, with my confirmation name, have like the name of a pope.
You do?
Patrick Charles Anthony Caleri.
My confirmation name is Anne, which is also my middle name. So I am just
Wait, Anne?
Mine's Anne as well, but my actual middle name is Marie. So
All right, confirmation gang, rise up.
yeah.
woo woo.
I'm Sarah Ann Bouquet Billiot. I guess I'll also have 4 names.
Now Frankie needs a 4th name. Damn.
Throw Marie in there.
Francis Bartholomew Lot Lizard Valentine at your service.
Oh, yeah. All right, we'll see you guys next week.
See you next week, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.